Greetings, fellow time travelers and ancient treasure hunters. Welcome back to Treasures of History, where we dive deep into the most mind-blowing archaeological mysteries that challenge everything we thought we knew about our past. I'm your archaeological guide, ready to take you on another incredible journey through the corridors of time. Today's discovery will absolutely blow your minds. We're about to uncover evidence of a lost civilization so advanced, so mysterious, that it forces us to completely rewrite the history books. Before we unveil these stunning ancient treasures, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Trust me, you don't want to miss the earth-shattering revelations we're about to explore together.
Here's a question that has been haunting archaeologists for decades. Did the great civilizations of Africa exist only in Egypt? Those incredible civilizations that erected colossal stone monuments, towering statues, mysterious obelisks, and awe-inspiring pyramids that we still cannot fully explain to this day. But what if I told you that this vast, resource-rich continent once hosted many other great civilizations that have somehow slipped through the pages of history? What if the true shape of our ancient past is completely different from what we've been taught? Fellow explorers, prepare yourselves for a journey that will challenge every assumption you've ever had about ancient Africa.
Ancient seekers, what we're about to discover in Ethiopia will leave you speechless. This incredible land is home to countless colossal stone relics and a staggering number of archaeological sites so vast that it's impossible to contain them within a single episode. We're talking about ancient temples adorned with enigmatic carvings that still puzzle experts today. Underground chambers carved with such astonishing precision that it challenges our very imagination of what tools or techniques could have been used thousands of years ago. But that's not all. We have rock-hewn churches sculpted from single massive stone blocks, and entire fields of standing stones decorated with intricate engravings that are remarkably similar to those found in Peru and Turkey. And among all these wonders, we find the largest surviving obelisks in the entire world.
Today, fellow treasure hunters, we're focusing our archaeological investigation on the magnificent decorated obelisks of the city of Axum. This ancient city may very well be one of the oldest historical cities on Earth. Located in northern Ethiopia, Axum served as a major center of trade and culture, reaching its absolute peak between the 1st and 7th centuries after Christ. Here's something that will blow your mind. In the early 4th century, the Axumite kingdom adopted Christianity as its official state religion, making Ethiopia one of the very first regions in the entire world to officially embrace Christianity. But the real treasure lies at the heart of Axum, one of UNESCO's most important World Heritage Sites, the northern Stella field.
Imagine standing before this incredible site. An open stone field stretching 120 meters in length and 80 meters in width, housing over 120 towering stone obelisks, rising from the ground like a mystical forest of stone palms reaching toward the heavens. Some of these magnificent obelisks are carved with absolutely mind-blowing precision and intricate detail, while others appear rough and weathered by the passage of millennia. When archaeologists created artistic reconstructions showing how this site would have looked when all the obelisks still stood upright, the result was breathtaking. Notice the tiny figures of people completely dwarfed by the sheer immensity of these structures. This must have been one of the most majestic and awe-inspiring sights in the ancient world.
Among these incredible monuments, 3 obelisks stand out above all the rest, the most famous obelisks in all of Ethiopia. And fellow explorers, when you hear about these giants, you'll understand why they've captured the imagination of archaeologists worldwide.
So get this, the most spectacular of these is the Great Obelisk. It was once the largest standing obelisk in the entire world.
Although it collapsed long ago, its massive fragments still lie scattered across the ground today, telling a story of ancient engineering that, honestly, just defies explanation.
Here's a number that'll absolutely stagger you. This incredible monument measures 33 meters in total length, with an estimated weight of around 520 tons.
That makes it nearly twice the size of the Great Obelisk of Luxor in Egypt.
And just like the legendary obelisks of Egypt, this masterpiece was carved from a single massive block of solid stone, similar to granite, with a hardness level of 6 on the Mohs scale.
But here's what makes this truly mind-boggling. It was transported from a quarry located 7 kilometers away from its current site.
Now, fellow time detectives, here's where our story takes a fascinating turn into the realm of ancient legends.
Local folklore tells us that this colossal obelisk was moved with the help of mammoths, which were said to inhabit this region at the time of its construction.
Of course, we know that mammoths vanished following the cataclysmic events of the last ice age and dramatic global climate changes.
If this incredible story were true, it would push back the date of the obelisk's creation to more than 12,000 years ago.
While there's no concrete evidence to support this claim, it remains a captivating legend rooted in oral tradition that really makes us wonder about the true age of these monuments.
When we examine the intricate details of this fallen giant, we cannot help but marvel at the breathtaking craftsmanship.
The engravings are absolutely stunning and require deep study to truly understand their profound meaning.
The entire structure was designed to resemble a multi-story tower, complete with windows and doors.
Although these are purely decorative and symbolic, the surface is so meticulously carved to imitate precise architectural elements that it creates a three-dimensional appearance, even though the entire monument is hewn from a single block of stone.
At the front base, there's a prominent false doorway, remarkably similar to those found in ancient ruins across the world.
This mysterious false door measures 2 meters in height and 1 meter in width, framed by several engraved borders that give it the appearance of an imposing decorative entrance.
Above this doorway, the obelisk is divided into distinct symbolic floors, each one marked by a false window that gives the impression of functional openings.
Were these windows once serving some unknown purpose? The mystery deepens.
Here's a story that perfectly illustrates the incredible challenge of moving these ancient giants. The second obelisk, standing 25 meters tall and weighing around 170 tons, became the center of an extraordinary modern adventure. During Italy's occupation of Ethiopia, Benito Mussolini wasn't satisfied with merely conquering the land. He ordered the transportation of this obelisk to Rome as a symbol of fascist victory. But here's where the story becomes absolutely incredible from an engineering perspective. Even with 1930s technology, moving an object weighing 170 tons in one piece was impossible. Italian engineers were forced to cut the obelisk into 3 massive sections. To move these colossal pieces, they had to build special roads through rugged mountainous terrain, deploy gigantic military trucks and diesel-powered cranes, and employ hundreds of soldiers, engineers, and laborers. The most challenging task was transporting the pieces down from the Ethiopian plateau at an altitude of over 2,000 meters to the lowlands near the port of Massawa on the Red Sea. Once there, they loaded the sections onto special cargo ships equipped with massive cranes and sailed them through the Red Sea, the Suez Canal, and into the Mediterranean Sea to reach Italy.
But here's the amazing part. After World War II and Italy's defeat, the United Nations declared that the obelisk must be returned to Ethiopia. The actual return was delayed for decades until 2005, when it was finally brought back to Axum in what was at the time the largest airborne transport operation in history. Once again, the obelisk had to be cut into 3 parts, with each piece transported using a giant Russian Antonov 124 cargo plane. Even the runway had to be extended to accommodate these massive aircraft, which could only land at dawn due to the high altitude of the city of Axum. The total cost of this monumental transport operation reached around $10 million. Think about that, fellow explorers. It cost $10 million and required the most advanced modern technology just to move something that the ancients had built, transported, and erected with seemingly impossible ease.
Here's the question that should absolutely blow your minds. How did the ancient builders accomplish what took us decades and millions of dollars to achieve? How did they move these massive obelisks in single pieces without trains, cranes, or colossal cargo planes? This incredible puzzle brings us face to face with the possibility that ancient civilizations possessed technologies and capabilities that we've completely underestimated.
Fellow time detectives, as we explore this sacred field scattered with broken stone blocks and toppled monuments, we're looking at powerful evidence of a violent past. These scenes strongly evoke memories of catastrophic destruction that we've also witnessed in Egypt, Peru, Turkey, and nearly every site in the world where colossal stone structures still stand. Here's something that will make you reconsider everything. The toppling of such massive obelisks is not an event that occurs naturally or easily. Given their precise geometric balance and tremendous weight ranging from tens to hundreds of tons, their center of gravity lies perfectly within the base. This makes it virtually impossible for them to fall due to moderate earthquakes. So what could have caused these giants to collapse and shatter? Whatever it was, must have been a catastrophic seismic event far beyond anything we've experienced in modern history. Something so powerful it's difficult even to comprehend its magnitude.
Among these incredible ruins, one particular obelisk stands out with surface carvings of raised squares and columns of granite that are strikingly similar to patterns we see at Elephantine Island and the temples of Edfu in Egypt. Could these remarkable similarities hint at deep connections between these ancient civilizations? Is it possible that the monuments of Ethiopia are as old as the Egyptian monuments themselves? Or perhaps both Egypt and Ethiopia actually date back far beyond the historical period defined by modern archaeologists? This is where our archaeological investigation becomes truly revolutionary. Fellow explorers.
Beneath this field of stone, giants lies another world entirely, a network of meticulously carved underground chambers that showcase engineering precision that rivals anything we can achieve today. The most remarkable of these is the Great Tomb beneath the Great Obelisk. This incredible structure features a 7-meter stone staircase leading down to a central chamber from which 10 side rooms branch out, each with false stone doors. What sets this tomb apart is its absolutely flawless stone joining technique, constructed without the use of mortar or adhesives. The engineering precision is beyond anything we can explain using the tools and techniques that mainstream archaeology assigns to this period.
In 1972, archaeologists discovered another tomb known as the Tomb of the False Door, distinguished by a false stone doorway almost identical to the engravings seen on the obelisks above ground.
But here's what makes this discovery truly extraordinary. The walls were built from massive stone blocks secured tightly together and uniquely connected with metal clamps, the only known example of its kind in Axum. This advanced technique immediately brings to mind similar stonework found in Egypt and Peru.
Here's where our investigation takes a shocking turn that will challenge everything you've been taught about ancient history.
Mainstream archaeologists date these incredible monuments based on artifacts found scattered around the area, attributing the entire site to the first 4 centuries after Christ. They theorize a neat progression from small rough stelae in the 1st and 2nd centuries to larger, more precisely carved obelisks in the 3rd and 4th centuries. Just like their interpretation of Egyptian civilization, they claim these obelisks served as symbolic markers for royal tombs. But fellow truth seekers, does this timeline truly seem accurate when we examine the evidence with our own eyes?
Here's evidence that completely contradicts the mainstream timeline. There are sites outside of Axum, such as the Great Temple of Yeha, which dates back to the 8th century before Christ, centuries earlier than the accepted archaeological timeline.
The architecture here is also distinguished by massive stone blocks, but the carvings and motifs are strikingly similar to what we find on the decorated Stella of Axum and their symbolic false doors. Is it mere coincidence to find such almost identical resemblance between the carvings of these two sites when, according to mainstream archaeology, over 10 centuries separate them?
In my view, fellow explorers, this colossal stone architecture, so remarkably similar to what we see in Peru and Egypt, combined with the flawed dating methods currently relied upon, opens the door to a revolutionary possibility. What if these sites are far older than we think? What if the complete opposite of our assumptions is true? What if the decorated stelae and the finely carved stone chambers are not the latest constructions in Axum, but rather the oldest and most ancient? Perhaps later civilizations that settled in and around Axum built their simpler tombs and rough unadorned stelae beside these majestic ancient monuments, trying to imitate the incredible achievements of a much older, more advanced civilization.
Throughout the countryside around Axum, there are stone ruins scattered across the landscape, sites that remain buried and unmarked on official archaeological maps. In some places, you can find giant stone blocks standing out amid walls built from much smaller stones, clear evidence of reusing older ruins in the construction of later buildings. We also find massive stone slabs bearing the traces of ancient metal clamps, and most strikingly, curved stone slabs resembling the mysterious curved blocks found in the Pyramid of Abu Rawash in Egypt. Such precision would have required cutting and polishing technology that remains completely unknown to us today.
So here's the mind-bending question that will keep you thinking long after this episode ends. Could it really be that the same people who produced simple pottery and rough stone carvings were also the ones who built these awe-inspiring megalithic structures? Or could these monuments be the last surviving remnants of a far older, incredibly advanced civilization that once thrived in this region in the distant past? A civilization whose true achievements have been lost to time and whose legacy has been attributed to much later peoples.
Fellow time travelers and treasure hunters, we've only scratched the surface of this incredible mystery.
The evidence we've explored today suggests that the ancient history of Ethiopia, and perhaps all of Africa, needs to be completely rewritten.
What do you think about these revolutionary theories? Could there have been an advanced megalithic civilization in ancient Ethiopia that predates everything we know? Share your thoughts in the comments below and let's continue this archaeological investigation together.
In our next thrilling episode, we'll explore even more remarkable sites within Axum. Discoveries that, when connected to these decorated stelae, may reveal profound truths about the deep history of this ancient city and change our understanding of human civilization forever.
Don't forget to subscribe to Treasures of History for more mind-blowing archaeological adventures. Hit that like button if this episode amazed you, and ring the notification bell so you never